Thank you so much for joining me here at the live desk. I am Janae Hancock. It is September 26th. We are kicking off our Tuesday. It almost feels like a Wednesday. Definitely something is in the air. Right now, we are tracking your top stories so far this morning here in the KCTV 5 newsroom. And with that being said, I do want to take a look at the first story right now this morning of what's happening today. Take a look at this video that you can now see here on your screen. Kansas City's police department will receive recommendations to how the department should handle its money. Now, the city's auditor's office will recommend those changes later on this morning to the Board of Police Commissioners. The goal is to increase transparency with the department on how your tax dollars are spent. So we'll be sure to keep you all updated. That meeting is underway right now, so be sure to keep it tuned in here with KCTV 5 for the latest developments on that. Now, right now, taking a look at another story that we are following here at the live desk, and you can see it here on your screen. Americans concerned as a government shutdown is looming. Take a look at this video as well. We just got this in from CNN earlier this morning as the threat of a government shutdown is getting closer day by day, and many Americans are worried, of course, about their wallets. Especially this comes at a time when we are approaching the holidays as well. So a lot to be concerned about. And even though inflation here in the U.S. is easing compared to other decades, as we should mention, financial concerns are rising for many U.S. households. You can see all of those statistics here on your screen right now. Now, if a deal is not made by the end of this week, there will be a government shutdown. Among the potential impacts, active military members, as well as Border Patrol agents will go without pay. And this is a story that we are following here closely here at KCTV 5, and we will have a local story during our evening newscast. So be sure to tune into that and how it is impacting the state of Missouri. All right, let's take a look at another story that we are following. We will have a live shot from Michigan coming up in about 2 more hours. We do know that President Joe Biden, he is currently on a plane right now on his way to Michigan. I do want to take a look at what we know so far this morning. He is expected to walk the picket line with members of the United Autos Workers. We know that strike has been going on for a while now, but President Biden, he will be the first sitting president to join the ongoing picket line. Biden will attempt to use the trip to support UAW without getting involved in the specifics of the negotiations. In fact, the Biden administration lacks any legal or legislative authority in those discussions that are ongoing right now. This is the second week of the strike, and this also comes just one day before former President Donald Trump. He is set to speak to current and former union members in Detroit, and that is supposed to take place tomorrow. And like I mentioned, we will have a live shot coming in from Michigan at around 12 p.m. We are expecting that to get underway then, but right now we just got an alert that President Joe Biden is on his way to Michigan. So be sure to keep it tuned in here with KCTV 5 for the latest on that as well. Now, I do want to take a look. President Joe Biden, I do want to turn to Twitter right now because he did just release a statement coming in regarding the possible government shutdown. I want to go back to that story, circling back to that really fast so we can take a listen into what he just said.
Folks, I want to take a minute to explain to you what's going on in Washington right now. Just about a week, we could be facing the government shutdown if Republicans in the House of Representatives don't do their job. And there's no reason for us to be in this position. Just a few months ago, after a long negotiation between myself and the Republican Speaker of the House, we came to an agreement on spending levels for the government that will fund essential domestic and national security priorities while still cutting the deficit over $1 trillion over the next decade. Now, there's a small group of extreme House Republicans who don't want to live up to that deal. So they're determined to shut down the government, shut it down now, and it makes no sense. I'm prepared to do my part. But the Republicans in the House of Representatives refuse. They refuse to stand up to the extremists in their party. So now everyone in America could be forced to pay the price. Let me be clear. If the government shuts down, that means members of our U.S. military are going to continue to be on duty but not get paid. And frankly, that's adding insult to injury, since Republicans in the United States Senate have failed to stand up to one of their own senators, who for months has stood in the way of military promotions. Funding the government is one of the most basic responsibilities of the Congress. It's time for these Republicans in the House to start doing their job, doing the job America elected them to do. So let's get it done. We have time. Let's get it done.
Again, as you just saw there, President Joe Biden is basically just calling out Republicans as that government shutdown is looming. I also want to touch on this, what we just learned. According to a White House official, President Joe Biden is, quote, broadly supportive of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's efforts to come up with a short-term spending deal that could possibly avoid a shutdown. But like we just heard in that video there, that is the latest statement coming in from President Joe Biden himself. Now, putting politics to the side, I do want to focus on entertainment news right now before I log off of the live desk. And I do want to take a look at what you can expect to happen in the coming days. Taking a look at a photo that we actually have on social media this morning via the platform X. You may have seen this on our morning show earlier today, but Arrowhead is making room for Beyonce. The Chiefs head groundskeeper Travis Hogan updated progress on the field on social media platform X, showing off flooring being placed on top of the grass. This is all in preparation for Beyonce's concert happening this Sunday, October 1st. So a lot of excitement there. And for everything you need to know ahead of the concert, you can go to our website, kctv5.com. And of course, us here at KCTV5, we will continue to provide more updates as we look ahead to that concert taking place at Arrowhead on Sunday. And also, the talk of Kansas City and the nation right now is, of course, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I do want to take a look at a story that KCTV5's Grace Smith, she reported on yesterday on how local businesses are really cashing in on this new romance. Let's take a listen in.
Well, when Taylor Swift was spotted at the Chiefs game on Sunday, they immediately got to work here at Dulce Bakery in Prairie Village.
We have to capitalize on this. Our two favorite things in the whole world are in one place.
Day Zamora created these heart-shaped cakes for the lovers.
They come in vanilla and chocolate.
One says Travis Swift, 87 plus 13, and of course, in our Chiefs era.
He's in demand and so is she.
Over at Rally House store manager Aaron Lewis says the Swifties have shown up, and this time asking for another kind of red.
We've had quite a few fans, you know, Swifties as you call them, come in looking to see if we have any like Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce stuff.
Lewis says within hours, sales went through the roof.
Yesterday, he was my #1 selling jersey.
Others are putting their money towards other things.
I just bet my mom $10 last night that they weren't going to last through the season, but I'm here for it.
I know it's not going to last. He too flamboyant.
But as for Zamora, he says they're just trying to spread the love. And what better way to do that than with a cake?
And our main sell for this is just joy. We want you to eat cake, smile, be happy.
If he's happy, I'm happy. If it's going to help him score, let's go Chiefs!
Now, if you want to get your hands on one of these cakes, they are for sale, but you better be swift. In Kansas City, Grace Smith, KCTV 5 News.
Well, there you have it. Okay, I am Janae Hancock here at the live desk, and of course, I'm going to leave you all with a live shot overlooking Arrowhead Stadium right now, following that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift story.